After Vegeta fell under the influence of the curse, it was revealed that Goku had not lost consciousness, but was resisting it. Yet, the planet Earth itself became its focal point, and faced with the danger of it spreading to Universe 7, Whis and Vados were forced to destroy it. The decision saved existence, but it ignited Goku's rage and awakened a power no one had ever witnessed before. Now, the fate of the universe stands directly before him. The Queen issued the order to kill Goku, and this is the only option. So, how will Whis and Vados act? And is Goku still fighting for those he loves, or has he become what they fear? If you want to know the truth until the very end, support with a like and subscribe, and let's begin. In space, Beerus was holding his broken arm, shocked as he said, "Ha! Impossible! What I saw exactly in the dream. Here it is, coming true before my eyes." All eyes were fixed on Goku, and behind him the golden dragon Shenron, present without being summoned, without explanation. Whis in astonishment, "Impossible! The 7 stars have been completed. Now I understand. The more Goku's anger increases, the curse feeds and grows stronger." Vados was even more confused. His energy has multiplied hundreds of times. At that moment, Goku broke the silence. His voice was not a scream, but a judgment. "You destroyed the planet under the pretext of stopping the curse, but you didn't ask yourselves one single question. Who said my anger would stop with it?" Silence prevailed. Then suddenly, Goku let out a single scream, a scream that did not only tear through space, but swept across all universes. Angels in distant realms felt it. They all trembled without understanding why, and balance itself seemed as if it were collapsing. And in Zeno's palace, Zeno suddenly woke up, then said with terrifying innocence, "Where is Goku? I want Goku now." The guards were confused because they know that everyone saw the dream and they realize Goku's threat to existence. Zeno summoned the cosmic map, and there he saw something. Universe 7 was shaking under his gaze, and his face widened with attention, and he said, "Take me to him now, to Universe 7. I saw something unforgettable in my dream, and Goku must be brought now as fast as possible." At this moment, with Whis and Vados under pressure, Goku stopped screaming, and before the storm, he said with confidence, "Your punishment will be severe at my hands. You made a mistake. You could have dealt with the problem wisely, but you chose the fastest decision." Immediately, he released a massive wave of energy that swept through the area. Its pressure was terrifying, and soon Whis and Vados were forced to confront it, affected by a power they had never experienced before. After a few seconds, the greatest explosion occurred, devastating, violent, leaving everyone stunned. Vados whispered, "How will we deal with him? Mother forbade us from exceeding 30%. Whis said, "Even with the limits, we must not exceed only 10%. Balance is above everything." Goku looked at them calmly, filled with anger. "You will regret this, and no one will escape justice." In a fraction of a second, he delivered 2 fast strikes at the same time. They surpassed the perception speed of 10% of Whis and Vados's power. Beerus's eyes widened. His voice came out trembling. "What? Am I dreaming?" Vados turned to Whis and said nervously, "Whis, we must break the restraints. This level is no longer bearable without a partial sacrifice of balance." Vados knew the danger of what she was saying, for she felt the force of the blow in the depths of her being. But Whis clenched his fist and answered, "Step aside, Vados. I will handle this myself. I will raise the intensity to 20%. And in the blink of an eye, he attacked. But the greatest shock occurred. Goku stopped the strike with just one finger.
He raised his gaze. His voice came out calm. "If you intend to kill me, Whis, then why are you hesitating? Raise the intensity to 100%. But understand this well. I will not allow you to do that before I vent my anger." And in a fleeting instant, one strike, straight to Whis' cheek. It was not a punch, it was a thunderbolt. Vados in shock. What? Even 20% of an angel's power is nothing before him? Everyone felt this, not only here, but even on that distant planet where the mysterious queen was watching every detail. Some friends realized what was happening, and the others had nothing but tears. Their abilities did not allow them to see the battle. The mysterious woman broke the silence. Her voice was cold. "Whis, enough. Raise the intensity a little. Try 30%. If that does not work, I will kill him myself with only 1% of my power." And at that moment, space trembled behind her. An aura ignited.
A power exploded. Gohan and Goten, they transformed together. They had heard the decision. Their hearts refused. After they realized the truth, that Goku had not surrendered to the curse, and that what he is unleashing now is not evil, but the anger of a father whose family was taken from him and whose planet was destroyed. At the same time, Beerus saw something. His eyes stopped at the scene that confused him more than any blow he had taken. The dragon Shenron, still not moving. Beerus understood nothing. He turned his gaze back to Goku. And at that moment, the memory returned to him. The hand that was broken easily. The humiliation that had not been erased. His voice trembled, but his pride tried to hold. "I have lived millions of years as a destroyer. I will not allow an ordinary being to strip me of this rank." The energy of Hakai surged forth. It was not an attack. It was a death sentence. But it vanished. The energy melted into the void. Goku slowly turned. It was not a look of rage, but a look of realization. And at that moment, Beerus felt something he had not felt since his birth. Fear that pierced his heart before his body. He wanted to speak, but his voice failed him. Goku did not speak at all, but his hand pierced Beerus's body. It was a lethal, decisive blow. Beerus's eyes widened. The air fled from his lungs. His power drained all at once, and his body fell, losing consciousness without resistance.
A terrifying silence prevailed. Whis looked at the scene, and for the first time, he lost his composure. "Vados, take care of Beerus. I will use a power I have never used before, 30%. This is the last chance." No sooner had he finished his words than he vanished. The collision happened without warning. Whis surged forward like a phantom, his staff moving at an unseen speed. 100 consecutive strikes, each strike loaded with 30% of an angel's power. But Goku endured. The anger that wrapped his heart turned into pure fuel. The solar system shook. Planets began to break apart one after another. It was not destruction, but erasure. And on that strange planet, the Queen spoke without a shred of worry. "I don't think this fight will end as planned. It seems I must intervene." At that same moment, Goten and Gohan raised their hands toward her. They did not think, they did not hesitate. One of them said in a firm voice, "We don't know who you are, but as long as the situation threatens our father, we will do the impossible to protect him." After that, a joint attack, synchronized, complete. A massive explosion swallowed the place. The light blinded all eyes, and when the scene became clear, the woman was standing, unaffected. Her clothes were not dirty, but something else shattered. The place itself began to collapse. The flowers withered in an instant. The trees vanished as if they had never been. The magical sky cracked, and its beautiful light collapsed. Lightning came, darkness flooded in, and the planet turned into a bleak place, as if a curse of rage had been unleashed upon it. Everyone looked around, terrified. What is this? What is happening? This is not normal. Then Piccolo added, I have no doubt that what's happening has something to do with her. The woman took only one step forward. She looked at Goten and Gohan, not with anger, but with the look of someone who knows more than she says. I will excuse what you did, because you do not know who I truly am, but I will not excuse acting out of emotion while you are ignorant of its consequences on existence. My intention is to protect balance, but your emotions are blinding you to insight. She raised her hand. No terrifying aura, no overwhelming energy, just a gentle wave. It was released, and the place exploded. It was not an explosion of destruction, but a warning. She did not punish them. She drew a boundary. The woman slowly turned away as if it were over, but behind her, the anger was still alive. The brothers rose with difficulty. Their hands were trembling, but their eyes were blazing. The desire to protect their father had not gone out. Goten said bitterly, My father's death means the end of eternity itself. The Dragon Balls were the origin of the curse, meaning they will not save anyone anymore. So I will never allow you to harm him. Goten attacked first with power, determined and brave despite everything he had seen. But here, the catastrophe happened. It was over.
The clash on the other side stopped. Whis tightened his grip. He said with restrained anger, 30% is not enough to kill him. The curse has sunk into his essence. His power is multiplying in an unbelievable way. Rage is burning in Goku's body like a flame that will not go out. And here, Goku spoke, a calm tone. Don't worry, Whis. I won't allow you to end this before I finish what is inside me. Whis froze. Those words reminded him of what Goku had said before, that he would not allow anyone to kill him until he had emptied his anger. Whis' eyes widened slightly, and he said to himself, I understand. He is not fighting to kill, but to release. As long as I cannot exceed 30%, the solution is not in power, but in containing the catastrophe itself. Goku slowly extended his hand. Behind him, the golden dragon was roaring with a sound that shook the void itself. Goku said with frightening calm, This will be the finale of the curse. Vados's eyes widened in shock. What is he planning? She looked at Whis, but he did not move. No defense, no fighting stance. But he closed his eyes. The sun that remained behind him was collapsing. He said with strange calm, like one who had accepted fate, All right, show me what you've got, Goku. At that moment, the attack exploded, but this time it was not just energy. It was the dragon itself. Goku did not merely release it, he controlled it and merged it into the attack. The dragon crawled like a cosmic hurricane and slammed into Whis. The energy struck the place, swallowed the sun, and erased everything from its position. On the other side, Gohan no longer felt anger, but something else. Something approaching. Goten had Pan holding onto him. She was the one who treated him. The shock was not in the healing, but in who did it. It was not Pan. It was not Gohan. It was Bulla. But there was no time to understand, because suddenly someone appeared. A color of light no one could mistake. And as the light dispersed, the scene was revealed. Goku carrying Whis in his arms. The angel's body was still. His eyes were closed. Completely unconscious. The plan he had been hinting at, perhaps it had succeeded, but no one understood how, nor why. Goku gently lowered Whis' body, then slowly straightened up. He turned, his gaze fixed directly on the mysterious woman, the look of someone who had finished one stage and was preparing to open another. He said in a steady voice, The curse is not over, but I will change the rules of the game. No one understood what he meant. At that moment, Gohan and Goten stepped forward. Their eyes were filled with tears. Gohan said in a broken voice, We are sorry, Dad. We should have stood with you from the beginning, not been afraid. The dream is what ignited this strife. Goten clenched his fist. We left you alone while believing an image we did not understand. Goku did not answer them immediately. He stood near them all. For the first time, they were standing before him while he was in this terrifying form, and yet they did not retreat. Goku said calmly, Don't apologize. You did what you thought was right. Even I did not realize that I was the danger. If I had known, I would have forced you to stay away. He fell silent for a moment, then said the sentence that broke hearts. I will leave. Shock swept over everyone. He continued, What happened was the result of anger toward what Vegeta did and what Whis did, but anger increases the effect of the curse. I don't know why it struck me first, but I know one thing. If I stay, I will destroy more, and I do not want Universe 7 to be the price. Tension filled the place. Goten stepped forward quickly. But Dad, the Super Dragon Balls are still... Goku interrupted him immediately. No, my son. Forget something called the Dragon Balls. They are the origin of this curse. Here, Bulma's voice dropped, trembling. I made many wishes. Youth for everyone, comfort, shortcuts. I was part of this mistake. Goku turned and stepped toward Chi-Chi. He gently placed his hand on her belly. He said in a low voice, but it pierced hearts, Take care of our son. Everyone froze. She came closer to him, crying, I'm sorry. That night, I saw the dream. I couldn't bear it, so I ran away from the house, and I left you alone. He raised his hand and wiped her tear. Don't apologize. Sometimes, running away is the only way to remain human. Then he turned toward the mysterious woman. He said clearly, You are the supreme queen, above all the angels. I know that Vegeta trained with you, and that you gathered everyone here. Do whatever you can. The planet Earth must return to them all. She did not answer him, but her silence was heavy. Goku stepped forward, moving away from everyone. He raised his hands. Tears fell, and he smiled for the first time since this transformation appeared. Goodbye.
His energy rose. The aura exploded. He let out a scream that shook existence, not anger, but resolve. He knew this was the only way to end the curse. A light blinded the place. Then Goku exploded and vanished. No trace, no echo, only heavy silence and sorrow the likes of which Universe 7 had never seen before. Gohan said in a broken voice, I saw him in the last moment, as if he smiled, not a smile of joy, but like someone enduring pain just to reassure us. Piccolo continued in a deep voice, The purity of his heart is what saved him. Anyone else, the curse would have devoured completely. Everyone was discussing, trying to understand, except Goten. It was not his grief that was most obvious, but his confusion. He looked at his mother's belly, then clenched his fist. Dad said, Take care of our son. That means someone is coming, and I fear that the curse is not over yet. At that moment, the mysterious woman suddenly stopped. She received an alert, urgent. Her expression changed for the first time. She said nothing and vanished, as if she had never been. In the royal palace, Zeno ran out of patience. He stared ahead sharply, and before his anger could explode, the queen intervened quickly. She stood before him firmly, despite the worry in her eyes. Zeno said in a sharp, childlike voice, I was waiting. Where is Goku? He was supposed to come with you. The woman froze. She knew that Zeno had seen a dream. She said with cautious calm, Goku was struck by the curse. Vegeta was affected immediately after. Then the infection spread to planet Earth. And since Earth is part of the cosmic system, the curse began to expand, threatening Universe 7, then 6. That is why Earth was destroyed, and in the end, Goku was eliminated, so that the chaos would settle and we could decide what the next step is. Zeno was shocked, and his voice was like thunder. "You killed Goku? I will not forgive you for this." The guards were stunned. The woman herself did not understand. He said with rising anger, "Why did you do this without my permission? You did not understand my dream. I did not see Goku as a threat. I saw him being tortured, forced into strife. I was trying to protect him, and you completed the dream with your own hands."
Zeno raised his hand. Light began to form on his finger. He said with terrifying coldness, "I will erase Universe 7. The woman's eyes widened immediately, and she stepped forward despite the guard's fear. "Lord Zeno, there is still a solution. The Super Dragon Balls exist. We can bring Goku back, but first we must understand how to treat the curse." He did not look at her. He replied in a low voice, "Without Goku, I do not care about balance. I do not care about order, and I do not care about anyone. I will use the wish myself. I will bring Goku back. As for Universe 7, it will be punished because everyone contributed to its end." The white light began to form slowly. The light was released. Absolute whiteness. The erasure began. Everyone who was in Universe 7 was reached by the light without understanding why. But after a few seconds, it stopped before the erasure was completed. The light trembled. Then it shattered. Zeno stepped back one step, staring. He said slowly, "It didn't complete? Universe 7? It is still there." Zeno was astonished. This was not a malfunction, but resistance. Because in the roots of this universe, there is something that did not die. Rather, it was born in another form. Amid the remains of the white light, a being formed. It was not gigantic, it was not terrifying in appearance, but its presence was suffocating. A being emerged resembling Goku and Vegeta, but with colder features. A slight smile that carried neither joy nor evil. On his forehead, a Dragon Ball. He said in a calm, confident voice, "How cooperative you all were. Strife, fear, carefully planted dreams, and everything went just as I wanted. I am finally free, and now the age of chaos is over, and it is time for judgment. Every one of you will pay the price for your choice." In another place, no time, no direction, no sensation, a heavy void pressing on the chest. Someone's eyes opened. He rose slowly. He said in a tired, surprised voice, "Where am I? This is not the afterlife, nor the void. The energy here is heavy." Then a shadow formed before him. Goku felt it, but could not grasp its power. There was no feeling of hostility, nor of mercy, nor of goodness. Something abstract, mysterious, heavy, filling the place with an incomprehensible aura. Goku, tense, staring at the being. Who is this being? Where did he come from? He stood still, and in a calm, deep voice, laden with weight and mystery, he said, "I have waited for this moment for a long time, and now it is time for reckoning, and you will be the beginning, Goku." Here ends episode 3, my friends. 3 questions I want to know the answers to. Where is Goku now? Who appeared before him? And how was something born that can disable Zeno's power? I challenge you, if any of you know the identity of the one who appeared before Goku, I will release the next episode immediately. Write your theories, and the next episode will overturn everything you thought you understood. See you soon.